Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. As Donald Trump gets ready to return to the White House, a lot of changes are expected right from day one. Whether you're feeling excited, concerned, or just plain curious, there's no denying that this could shape the economy, policies, and daily life in some pretty significant ways. And here's something you might not know. He's reportedly planning to issue around 25 executive orders on his first day alone. That's a big number, and it gives us a lot to think about. So, let's break this down together and see what it might mean for you and your family. Let's start with Social Security, a topic that affects millions of Americans directly. Trump has spoken about potentially changing the way Social Security is funded, with hints at shifting toward privatized accounts or altering the current benefit structures. While no specific executive actions have been announced yet, any changes to Social Security would have ripple effects, especially for retirees and those close to retirement. For example, if you're depending on these benefits as a core part of your income, even small adjustments could make a big difference. And here's something else to think about. Any proposed changes to Social Security would require approval from Congress, which could delay or even block those plans. That said, if you're already relying on Social Security or planning to in the near future, it's a good idea to stay updated on potential shifts in policies. Even the discussion of changes can create uncertainty, so being proactive about your financial plans is key. Moving on, Trump has also promised significant actions on immigration. He wants to launch a large-scale deportation program and reinstate a travel ban on certain predominantly Muslim countries. On top of that, he's pledged to end birthright citizenship, which allows anyone born in the U.S. to automatically become a citizen. That's a constitutional right, so this promise is far from straightforward. But if it does move forward, it could lead to sweeping changes in immigration policy. Speaking of the economy, Trump has outlined plans for imposing steep tariffs on imports, including goods from Canada, Mexico, and China. While the idea is to protect American industries, economists warn that these tariffs could lead to higher prices for everyday items. Think about your grocery bill or the cost of electronics. Tariffs like these tend to trickle down to consumers. And on the topic of income, Trump has also floated the idea of eliminating income taxes on tipped wages, which could be a big relief for service workers, though it's another proposal that would need congressional approval. Now let's talk energy and the environment. Trump has made it clear he wants to prioritize oil production and roll back regulations that support renewable energy. While this might mean lower energy prices in the short term, it also raises concerns about long-term environmental impacts. For example, pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement, as he's proposed, could affect global climate goals and America's leadership in renewable energy innovation. Education is another area where Trump has plans for major changes. He's vowed to cut federal funding to schools that teach what he calls critical race theory or have vaccine and mask mandates. While implementing these policies could face legal and logistical hurdles, they signal a shift in federal education priorities that could affect millions of students and teachers. And then there's federal spending. Trump has pledged to cut spending across many areas of government, with the exception of defense. Programs like Medicaid, food assistance, and housing aid could face significant reductions, potentially impacting millions of Americans who rely on these safety nets. And let's not forget about the looming debt ceiling debate, which could lead to high-stakes negotiations in Congress. One more thing to keep an eye on is Trump's stance on civil service. He's indicated that he wants to bring back an executive order called Schedule F, which would make it easier to fire career federal employees. This could dramatically change how federal agencies operate, potentially prioritizing loyalty to the administration over expertise and experience. So, what does all this mean for you? Whether you're a retiree worried about Social Security, a small business owner navigating potential tariffs, or someone who relies on federal programs, these changes could have a direct impact on your life. And even if you don't feel the effects right away, the broader economic and environmental shifts could shape the world we all live in. So, what are your thoughts on these changes? Are there specific policies you're excited about or concerned about? Let me know in the comments. This is a conversation we all need to be a part of. Thanks for being here today. And remember, staying informed helps us all make better decisions. See you next time.